Okay, welcome to the qualification arena, not arena, but tournament for the SA. Let me just see the tournament's name again. The SA Online Olympiad team. It's for the SA Online Olympiad team. It's not just for the normal Olympiad. So I think I just need to qualify it like that. And it's a minute to 12. The round is starting. Players have joined and starting to play here. Here we have in the under 20 section, Floppy the Dog, uh, David, or Paul Gluckman versus Vusi Musi. And are we going to have the two knights? That will be very exciting to see what theory they bring out. Nope, we barely ever have the two knights. The Wolf is playing against Mr. Crazy Castle. Mr. Crazy Castle's been having a tough time so far. Kanya has not started his game, but Nele should be playing soon as well. In the under 20 section, these are the guys still so far. The guy that wins, Devon, against Trophy Master. A mysterious player who had a great game against Keegan Agallis in the previous round, and Mr. Keegan Agallis against Drypen, who I'm also not sure of who he is. So that's the under 20 section. Let's go to the open section. Before we do that, let's just see so far the standings after round 3. Banele in first place over there. Wait, I don't think it's showing on your screen. You won't see it. You just move it for a second. Banele with 3 points. Kanya with 3 points. The guy that wins, Devon, Keegan Agallis, and the Wolf on 2, but he had to buy the first round, so he's still needing to work his way up. So there's the results so far. Let's just quickly jump to the open section results as well before I move the screen back. They don't have round 3 yet. That's so strange. Okay, they haven't updated yet, but after round 2, Holy Cornholio, he's gone down. So it should be very evened up over here. Bramos had a bye. Masia might actually just be in the lead with 2.5. He should have gone down against Steenkamp, who did not find the Night Fork. In any case, let's get to the games of the open section. Here we have, let me just move this to a more appropriate side. Okay, here we have Craig Willenberg versus Kenny Willenberg, and this is definitely going to be a draw. Craig has been making a lot of draws so far today. We have an interesting Dutch, Staunton, and Bishop g5. Theory is Knight c3 over here, Knight c6. I play this a lot. If you watch any of my streams, you'd know it. d5 and Knight e5. And oh, this is a bad move for black. You can go look at the theory. Hakia did not know what to play. He does not know theory. And expect him to get slaughtered. Don't know if bishop takes. Is that the... Okay, let's get back to this game later on. I'll need to check the computer analysis to make sure that the line is correct. And Steenkamp, he's not playing yet. Masia against Roland Besadenhout. Roland went down against the Blitz guy. What's his name? We'll see now. The real Frenchie against this guy, Supremacy Blitz. Roberto against the Supremacy Blitz. And this is crazy. The chess is chowing my data. I should get disconnected soon when it runs out, but I've got another modem as well, so I'll connect like that. Hopefully that holds up, or else I might just have to make another plan. In any case, I've just got chess stuff open, right? How is it using so much data? There must be something wrong with my... Unless something else is also connected to my phone. In any case, Roberto, and it wasn't easy. Mr. Well, our only Grandmaster, Kenny Solomon, against the Sneaky Weasel. Sneaky Weasel is having a good tournament so far. Everyone in the open section is struggling though. No one has got a full score yet. Except Bramos. He just had a bye. And he's playing now again. had a bye and he beat Kenny Solomon with a great pawn, instructive pawn. Anyways, endgame, which I'm just quickly recapping over here. He had the 4 pawns versus the bishop and won. There you go, he's getting his pairing now. Against Matt Pon, another big game. Keegan Nagel is looking slightly better. If he can continue playing for the 7th. And I'm seeing in the CHESSA Online group, it seems like Matt, the game he just lost, he missed the 1 move. And that's just the same notification the whole time. Okay. Devon and the Trophy Master. Remember, this is the under 20 section. Just make sure my sound is working. Yeah. My sound is working. I don't like sitting with this on, but it's good to see that the sound's working when with the earphones. I don't like the echo. Okay. Devon, this is a long event. It's gonna take another few hours today, a couple of hours tomorrow again. But I think I'll break this event up in separate hour sections, or separate rounds. Upload them separately. Chess King Mark Banele. This is a tough game for Mark, but if there's anyone that can take down Banele, it's definitely Mark. Always got such creative ideas. Never underestimate him. Had a bad game against Keegan. He won his first round, I think, and then lost against Keegan and Devon. Kanya's offline. What's happening here? Kanya's offline. Bad. You don't want to lose connection. Doesn't seem like he's worse off the takes. And he's just completely offline. Okay. I don't know what happens if he loses. If, say, the internet bundle he bought ran out. Black is winning in this position, apparently. Wundla is running the game through an engine somewhere. In the comments section he says Black is winning. And when did this become so bad for the Wolf? I think he was hoping for 2 pieces here for the exchange. Queen needed to back off. And maybe allowing the rook to the 2nd or something was bad. Okay, Black got crushed by Banele, and I think Keith now thinks he should also be crushing him. Don't think Black is necessarily just going to walk over White here. There's still enough pieces for White to make things interesting. And this data bundle is just running out very quickly. I can't believe it's the chess, so it's going to disconnect for a quick second, but I'll be back. The game will be back. I'll still be here. The game is going to disconnect. There you go. Disconnected for a second, but I didn't disconnect because I'm not streaming. People are asking, who's Crazy Castle? Well, by the names of it, it sounds like some prince. Crazy Castle. Westhuizen. Michael Westhuizen. Let's quickly see here, Michael Westhuizen. What is his FIDE rating? I've got the lists. Michael Jacobus Westhuizen. Birth year 2005. CHESSA rating 2005. That must be so satisfying. I'd not want to gain any rating if that was the case. But Michael Westhuizen. Is he the youngest? 2005 and it's now 2020. That makes him 15 to 16 years old. It's very, very young to be participating over here. And okay. They're calling him the Ferrari hat boy. One of the guys that like all the Ferrari merchandise. Something I would never understand. People are saying, Benella is already in the chat saying, you know, he was lucky at beating me in the essay closed a few years ago. No. Okay, let's check Paul Gluckman against Wusi Musi. The game still needs to get some character. But this is kind of theory, and I feel Paul behind this theory. I think he's gonna crush. He'll be more comfortable, I think, at least than Wusi. But does Bonele now have a bye this round? Is that why he's able to commentate so quickly on everything? Keegan Panda Bird's got the bye for the round, so Vanelle's playing against Chess King Mark. What is that game done? No, he's just jumping between games during his game. Feeling very confident. Okay. Just checking on his friend, the wolf. Guess there's nothing against that. No rules or... Okay, so let's come back to this game in a second. Let's go back to the open section. Blackjack Revolution, Kenny Willenberg against Craig. Expected them to make a draw quickly. Kenny's up a pawn. I think certain family members are allowed to get a draw, and certain are supposed to play for a win. If you think if you think you can take them on. In any case, Kenny obviously feels comfortable with taking on Craig. Just be careful now. There's some nasty business with the spin, and the latter can be said about black too. But I think white should be better off than knight e5, even if this sacrifice somehow works. Knight e3. Knight e5. The idea of knight e3. I'm sure Craig will find it. He always looks out for interesting ideas. And what has happened over here? Lupus Woman versus Akia. And usually this lets me think about the two knights variation. Oh my word, this is what happened. No, this was the opening prep I was saying. We will come back to. I can't exactly remember what's wrong with... I know knight c6 is the correct move, followed by d5, knight e5, with the knight coming back to f7 in most lines. But d5 immediately, I knew there was something wrong with it. Apparently it's bishop takes f6 and then queen check. And why do you need to move your king up? This pawn is also going. And the king is on d6 now. Hakia is only playing with his king. He's going to crush. He's going to He's gonna come up with his king and checkmate with the bishop or something. That's his plan. Even that's not possible. He needs to bring his king all the way to a1 and take on b2, or somehow make sure the square is also closed. Maybe check after, I don't know. But he wants to come with his king and just kill Lupus full men. Okay, Masia Steenkamp. This is an old game. Steenkamp is not in a pairing. Wait, he's supposed to play now, right? Or does he have a bye? He doesn't have a bye till later in the event. Only round 10. Unless some of the rounds have been moved around. It also seems like there's this one player that's not playing. So Steenkamp's supposed to be playing against Holy Warrior now. And Holy Cornelia, this isn't Holy Warrior. He's playing against Masia. This is just forgetting the guy's name again. Roland Poseidonite. And Masia's doing okay. Roland's position is just very comfortable. This square is tied down for him. This bishop is very happy. But black doesn't have too many weaknesses, maybe d6. So let's see how that game progresses. Supremacy Blitz has been the only player to take down Holy Cornelio, so very interesting. The real French Roberto d'Abreu is up a pawn, but 2 pawns are being attacked. And I don't know if you're defending both of them. If you really want to defend them, I think you might just be losing. Okay, let's see what Roberto does. It's his turn. And this is a big game, or kind of big. I think Kenny Solomon is gaining some confidence after the previous round. He was getting slaughtered by Matt Pon and managed to get a win in there. Super unexpected. I did not have any confidence in his position one bit, and the win must have also surprised him. But now he's up a pawn. Position looks fine, and I think he's moving to, he wants to be on the grind now. He wants to start catching up with leaders, because he had the first round as a bye. Jacob Nguni, Matt Pon. Uber aggressive game here. And Matt and Nguni, they are not they're not playing around. They're at each other's throats. Ooh. So rook g7, queen g7 with mate threat. I don't know if Matt's trying something else. What's the idea? Just g3, and there might not be too much. And it might be Nguni with some ideas, like this dark squared bishop of Nguni's. So it's really a battle of whose king is the safest. And look at Matt. Whenever you think you know what he's going to move, trust me, you don't know. Queen g7. Let's not threaten mate in 1. Let's just back the queen off to e8 and do something mysterious, like attack the pawn on on a4. Wait, not with the rook, with the queen. So he's anticipating some attack on this side. Okay, here's his idea. Queen e8. It was on this square, so from e8 it can go to here. And I'm guessing from another square it just doesn't look as cool. And it's going to e8. It just looks much cooler than going via d7. Maybe, oh, queen e8, no. I can't really figure out what's the big difference here. Maybe it had potential for trading down queens as well, via g6, and he was suspecting if a5, he can move his queen here with tempo, threaten mate, and then do something about the knight. because now his queen's also kind of defending on the queen side, which is now where the king is at. This square is where the king is at. Nguni decides to defend the threat, not with knight f5. This is also maybe quite cool from Matt, saying that the diagonal threat is maybe worth a bit more, because I actually force you to move your pawn. If I just attacked you straight on from g7, or where was the queen, then moving the knight would also be a possibility to defend the mate. So, and moving the knight opens the eyes of the rook, so Matt now puts the queen here to force this pawn off. And I'm expecting g6. I don't know if Matt's got something cool in mind, like g5. We'll just have to wait and see. All I can say is expect the unexpected, and don't expect to be expecting stuff. I don't know. Okay. G5, B. Yeah. Ooh, you can simply take the pawn, right? What? I was also just overlooking the idea that you can simply take the pawn. I thought you needed to move the b pawn. Maybe Nguni also overlooked it. It just doesn't. Queen takes is totally possible. Okay. It does allow some more tempo moves and 2 open files on the king, but 2 pawns? Ah. This game is hyper aggressive. Okay. Okay, let's go to the. Well, they haven't. Well, have they updated the standings so far in the open section? It's becoming relatively interesting. No, they still don't have round 2 standings. Oh, this is quite cool actually. You can't see who sent the take back, but someone must have mouse slipped or something. And either Keegan or Mr. Drypen had the decency to accept the take back. And Devon, he's down a piece against the Trophy Master, who we by now know is not a joke. He lost the piece round about here. Ooh, that cannot be nice. So White's playing down a piece. Still got some aggressive ideas. Knight check, getting the rook in. That seemed like the only way to get the rook in, but then you're still just playing down a piece with no clear attack. So, Devon getting a piece stuck over there. Banele Mark is still going on. The wolf is Who's Black, Mark Hansen. Good game, Keith. That game, like knight. Oh, so Keith's game is already over. We'll go to Keith's game again. I remember at one point people were saying that Black's better, but Keith managed to win already. So in this game, Banele won a pawn now, as I was watching. Just too many attackers. Okay. Still not maybe the end of the world for Mark. Looking very uncomfortable. Kanya against Michael Simpson. They're still going on. Kanya's up a pawn somehow. When did that happen? I think maybe. Okay, Black gambited a pawn from the start of the game, so he was bound to play down a pawn. But the position seems quite drawish. Enough bishops on the board. Okay, the wolf really took down the crazy castle. Crazy castle, obviously that's why the guy only plays with castles. With rooks. So, around about here, I remember people saying the position is actually really, really good for Black. Minus 1.7. And Keith just brought his knight back into the game. And soon, I think it was all she wrote. Keith. Oh, nice. Find. Snipping a pawn off the board. And another pawn. And the two pieces were too much. I don't know what that was about. I don't know. Okay. David versus Vusi, and earlier on I was saying David should be better in this line in terms of theory, and as I'm tuning in, he wins a pawn. So, what? He wins a pawn but blunders a piece. What? Maybe just missed that the rook was attacking two pieces at once. Because that's just a clean blunder. I mean, Paul Gluckman. White resigns. He just resigns. Blundered a piece. Back in this position though, I think he's better, definitely. It's just completely drawn. This b3 is necessary, yeah. I think he maybe thought h7 was closed or something. That's a shame. That's a shame. I think move confirmation should be put on for all of the players. Yeah, time control is so you can put it off after when you've got like 5 minutes left maybe. And we'll see this game fizzle out to a draw. Steenkamp did not play this round. He only played 3 games so far today. And who's he supposed to play against? Because I think there's one player that's not playing today. That's in the pairings. Peaceful Warrior though. I saw the name play. Maybe they just agreed to a draw. That seems like a Peaceful Warrior thing to do. Okay, Craig and Kenny did make a draw. So I was saying knight e5 back here. Let's see what the computer thinks of my idea. The computer likes c4. What's wrong with knight e4? Rook f4 and knight g3. Yes, apparently I've got bad ideas as white. And obviously now taking here, I think there's some pressure. Okay, but they ended up making a draw, and they actually did play a full-on game, and not giving each other the easy way out. And they made a draw over here. Let's just quickly search for Peaceful Warrior, because I'm not sure why this guy isn't in a pairing, or why he's not playing against Steenkamp. He only played 2 rapid games, so and he went. No, he's playing some bullet at the moment. Probably this guy. No, he's only played 2 rapid games. So I think maybe they agreed to a draw. We'll see now in the results afterwards. In any case, whoa. Okay, this was the game we were looking at. Let's just quickly see the theory. So definitely white is better here after bishop takes e6, f6, and queen h5 check. g6 should be played. Queen can take on d5. Oh, this was the big problem. But king d8. You need to play this position. Knight takes f6. Maybe Akia was hoping for something alternative to all of that nonsense. King d6. Oh, castles. Also possible to play knight takes e4 check. Wait. Does the king survive? Okay, so that's not possible. The computer initially thought it was possible. And you're just playing against the guy with his king in the middle of the board. You're definitely winning. Ouch. That's mate. Ooh. Ooh. Losing a queen or its mate. Okay, Lupus Fullman. We know to be careful of you now. Holy Cornelio, Cornelio. Roland Poseidon is pushing for a big win over here. Loads of time for him. 8 seconds for Marcia, who is completely lost. And how did that happen so quickly? Maybe d5 was not the best idea. And this, what? Oh, the queen was also under fire, so he lost the piece first of all. Oh no. And yeah, black is lost. Black resigned here. Roberto won a quick game against Supremacy Blitz. Looks like the queen's... Oh, Supremacy... How? How do you just blunder a queen? Ugh. If you're the supreme Blitz player. Roberto wins a game from a guy that blunders a queen. Wasn't easy. Here's the big game. But I was saying earlier on that this really feels like Kenny Solomon is finding his groove. He was up 2 pawns. We left the game around about here, I think. And he's just been playing a comfortable position. Not too much to worry about. Now, equal in material. Maybe he might fall victim to the sneaky weasel, pretending to be low on time, but actually finding great blitz moves. But we'll see some. We'll probably still have a mate on the board. The attack seems relatively strong here for white. Okay, so Bramos, Nguni. Oh, this game against Mapon. This was the very exciting game of the round. I remember earlier on we left at queen takes h7, bishop d6, defending that rook with other rook. And what happened from then? We got knight c3. Knight f4. Matt still very aggressive. Actually, now this knight is pinned. Threatening mate like this, and the knight is also safe for the time being. And Nguni makes things even more special. Everything's kind of hanging here. Attacking that bishop. Super sharp. This knight can't move. Does Nguni realize it? That rook takes f6 is possible. Did Matt Pon realize it? What was wrong with this? Rook takes f6. Rook takes here maybe. Super sharp. Queen takes, king takes, and then knight takes. Rook moves. And we have an equal endgame, I think. I'll have to go back for that line afterwards. Super exciting stuff here. We've caught up with the game. Apparently, that just leads, going for that crazy line, leads to a drawn endgame. Matt says, no, give me more. Bramos says, no, give me more. Nguni. Knight d6, you really want to capture there? You sure? Matt says, nope, I'm not sure. Let's just play it safe. Equal material somehow. Both kings under fire. 2 rooks staring down at their throats. Both sides of the board. 2 queens staring down on both sides of the board. And then the minors somehow intertwined between all of this action. Super, super tactical position. Didn't Nguni calculate rook takes f6? Just seems so busy. How rook takes f6? What's white's plan? Still rook takes. Oh, he wants to play rook takes kind of in any position. No. Rook takes. What does white do? My brain's at a loss. After rook takes f6, is white threatening rook takes a7? No, rook takes f6 is never possible. Just simply queen takes g8. Why am I... Yo, the harmony of this position. What? Knight f4 on top of everything. Matt just plays knight f4. Threatening mate in 1. Says rook takes a7 is now null and void. I'm threatening mate in 1. You need to do something about it this time around. Last time around, I think your knight was defending this diagonal. But what are you doing about my threat this time around? Knight e4? Are you sure you want to play knight e4? Somehow white's pieces are still hanging together. White offers draw. Black declines draw, I guess. Both sides are super scared. This is the most aggressive chess game I have ever seen. Knight e5. Very smart trick there by Matt Pon. When your opponent offers a draw, you can still accept it in your own turn. So wait for them to make a move before you actually really consider it. Start considering it, but let them waste their time waiting for you. That's exactly what Matt Pon did there. He can still accept that draw offer if he wants to after this move. And does Matt actually have some prospect of a win here? I honestly don't know. This is way above my pay grade. Too many things are happening here. Way too many things. Okay, let's say rook e8. I still think one day rook takes a7 is an idea for white. Queen takes then. There's just so much to calculate. Matt Pon accepts the draw. He accepts the draw. Doesn't want anything to do with this crazy position. Both of them attacking each other left to right, not knowing what the outcome will be. They don't know what cards the other player has up their sleeve. And, well, I'm going to press the important button now and see what the computer says. Wow, okay. Minus 0.5, so really nothing to be said for black here. Nothing to be said for white. Well, white just made a move. So let's say no. One of the players saying white was totally winning. I totally disagree. This is a crazy, crazy position. Matt using his time there, respecting the fact that there's nothing obvious yet for him. What a crazy game. So just out of curiosity, what rook takes e7. This is what rook takes c7. Okay, let's rather see what did the computer suggest. 95. I don't know. This kind of feels like it could go wrong for white more easily. Okay, as I was saying, rook takes e7, a7. In any case, oh, that was just insane. Like, what happened in some of the other games? The Sneaky Weasel and Grandmaster Kenny Solomon made a draw. Sneaky Weasel with 0 time on the clock. Actually, let's see how much time he had. Because I was saying, I think Kenny might fall for this guy's pretending to be out of time, but just knowing he's got increment to... And the Sneaky Weasel made a draw by perpetual. Check. The king doesn't get out of this hive of checks. The queen has got the king. Well done to the Sneaky Weasel. Just say well done to Matt. Okay. Dry pen crushed Keegan Chang took down Mr. Dry Pen. And I think we kind of done nearly for the round. Trophy Master and the guy that wins made a draw. Oh, there was a perpetual. Nice stuff. And if the bishop takes, the queen enters. So Okay, they made a draw, well done. And Mark went down in this game against Manele. I think finally he went for a king pawn endgame. Okay. So Manele won a pawn earlier on, got a rook to d6, and then slowly started crushing Mark with a king pawn endgame, which he played perfectly fine. Kanya lost against Michael. That is unexpected. I think maybe he was trying to push for a win. It was the bishop's game. Well, this was kind of the position, right? And then, how did White end up losing this? One thing I can maybe note is that all of these pawns are on dark squares, which Kanya trying to play for a win here. This should have just been a draw. And then he got his bishop trapped. Okay. And I think that concludes the games for the round. Paul Glackman blundering a piece. This Lupus guy winning in a Dutch. Holy Cornelio took down Masia in the end. Over there we saw Masia going for a fork that didn't work because the queen was under fire. Wasn't easy, made a draw. Jacob Nguni and the game of the round, definitely this one, Nachi versus Nguni. And actually I'm quite glad this round was a bit shorter than the others, so I can make a bigger break between the next two rounds. But great games by everyone. I'll see you guys for round 4 in a bit. Thanks for watching.